going to start to see the very fantastic speaker, Les Brown speaker, Richrichfontaine.
But for anything to take place in life, there's a quote that I've heard from a friend of mine in Toastmasters, and I will share this with you simply because it resonates with me. If you want to get someplace, if you want to go someplace with your life, you have to leave where you're at. How do we leave where we're at? We do that with mindset. Mindset. You heard the word resolve. Resolve is an action verb. We're not talking about resolutions. I hope. We're talking about I will. That takes mindset. Our final speaker is a certified speaker with the Les Brown organization. We know who Les Brown is. We have heard him. I have heard him repeatedly. But what Les Brown is in the business of doing is equipping lives for success at a phenomenal level above anything that you could ever begin to imagine. But he also understands that foundational structures within ourselves are absolutely vital, because nothing that you heard today will get you even out of the door of this building unless you build the right foundation. That foundation, ladies and gentlemen, is mindset. To talk about mindset, would you please put your hands together for our final speaker, Mr. Richrichfontaine.
They say 80% of success is just showing up. So I want everyone to give yourself a round of applause for coming on this Saturday morning and showing up and getting a room full of successful people. Thank you, Ron Betta, for hosting this great event. I was just speaking to somebody off stage, Mr. Alexa, that the negativity is abundant. You can go anywhere, to your local store, open your TV, to your radio. But to have positive energy, feed your mind the proper nutrients, takes events like this. It takes people like you to help spread this information around. So I do have a request. I know I'm very presumptuous, you don't know me, but I do have a request for everyone in the room. Two things. One, when you go home, share this with someone. The breathing, the creativity, the influence, share it. Let them know, this is not what I heard today, some great information. Because we have to share. We're the street soldiers of this world. And number two, when you're listening to me today, listen with your heart. Most information we want to take into the brain, intelligence, and we can talk about it, have discussion. But one thing I found is you can forget everything I say today, but you'll never forget how I made you. There's a study that the heart speaks to the mind more than the mind speaks to the heart. This is the master. This is all your ambitions, everything you've ever wanted out of life sits here. And it talks to you. But sometimes we let our brains get in the way. So today, with me, you don't know me, but you soon will, open your heart today. And listen with faith. I was with Les Brown last weekend. He said faith is finding answers in the heart. So listen with faith today. Hold it within here. So whenever you have a dilemma between your heart and your mind, you know which one to listen to. This is the master. This is a terrible master. Who's ever had negative self-talk? Oh, wow. We're in the same place together. Perfect. I've had tons of negative self-talk. Again, my name is Richrichfontaine. I grew up with two parents that grew up in a small island of Haiti. They moved here to the United States when I was a baby. And I have a joke that the reason they made me rich is because we were so poor. We had very minimal means. I mean minimal. My mother would boil hot water in a pot and mix it with the coal. And that's how we took warm baths. our heat would break in the middle of winter. So me and my sister would iron our bed sheets so it'd be nice and warm and tucked in at night. We were kids, we didn't really know that we were poor until people told us. We were happy kids, but until somebody instilled in you that you're different. Your clothes don't look like my clothes. Your hair is not cut like my hair. Your body is not built like my body. And then you start to go internal, thinking this is the master, and say, hey, maybe they're right. Maybe I am. And it spirals out of control. At least it did for me. I had a teacher look me in the eye when I was 12 years old in the 7th grade and said, Richard, you know you're never amount to anything. Either you'll end up in jail or drop out. It's another statistic. And I had the fortitude to say, no, you don't know me. One day, I'm gonna grow up, I'm gonna go to college, and I'm gonna make something of myself. That was my goal. But there was a very rocky along the way because I had improper mindset. My self-esteem was very low. I thought people were better than me. If you're taller than me, you must be better than me. If you're faster than me, you must be better than me. If you're better looking, you must be better than me. At least not now. Ladies, calm down. I know, but pay attention. I know I'm distracted. But I felt very low about myself. Even when people say, Richard, you're a handsome guy, I didn't just say, because my mindset was so low. So I went to that ambition, I went to college, but I failed out. And I remember sitting in my room with tears in my eyes thinking, wow, Rich, she was right. Maybe not. And I felt that way for a very long time, and I kept going down this rabbit hole of bad things happening. I attracted it, I truly believed it. Because my vibration said that things are going bad, so reality had to show me that. What you believe, you will see. That I could say with no hesitation. What you believe, you shall. For a very long time, I was hurting until I found these 5 tricks. I don't call them tricks, but the 5 things that I applied to my life that changed it completely. I never thought I'd be on this stage. I never thought I'd be speaking with Les Brown, with guys like Ron Betta and Mark Guy and Ping Pash and Elizabeth, these great speakers. Who me, Richrichfontaine? Until I applied these 5 principles. Is it okay if I share with you these 5 principles?
Yes.
This is okay? Mm-hmm. And it, no means am I a guru or I'm an expert, but I've been through something. And I saw the shift. My sister called me sometime and said, I don't even know who you are anymore. I like this Rich. I like this version of it, but it's so different. Number one thing I tried is the 30-day challenge. From Earl Nightingale, he made an audio called The Strangest Secret in the World. And inside this audio was the 30-day challenge. So I implore everyone to try. It's for 30 days. And if you mess up during that 30 days, it's perfectly fine. Just start back from day 1. Go again. Because after a while, you forget you're even doing a challenge. The challenge he offered me was this. For 30 days, as much as you can, be positive. And I know we've heard that before. Be positive, man. It's cool, bro. It's cool. No. Positive in the sense that you believe anything that you can achieve, you can have. Approach it with that ambition that nothing in the world can stop me. I have the soul of the universe inside of me, and I can break through any barrier, any wall. There's no obstacle. When you have that type of mindset, it's powerful. Things start coming to your life that you never even thought. When Ron Betta came to me, I didn't ask for him to say, hey, Ron, you got any opportunities? No, he said, Rich, I love your ambition. I love your energy. I want you to speak. Opportunities show up. When Les Brown came to town, I didn't think I was going to speak with him, but I had the ambition that I could do great things. So he said, hey, I have a video challenge. If you send in a video, 100 people send videos. He picked only 20 to speak with him on stage. And I was lucky enough, blessed enough to be one of those 20. But it took ambition. It took me to believe it was possible. So for 30 days, believe whatever goal you wrote down on Pancatch. For 30 days, believe it's possible. Not just think it's possible, but truly engulf in your heart that I can do this. And if anybody says you can't, tell them kick rocks, eat sour nuts, jump take a long walk up a short bridge. Whatever you want to tell them, just tell them something, because don't let their influence affect you, like me. Have anybody ever know that when you're a kid, as things that happen as a kid affect you as an adult? It does. I still carry that burden with me, but every time I talk about it, it takes less power. So number 2 is block negative thought as they come. I like to call it the Venus and Serena Williams technique. Say you have this positive racket here, and whenever a negative thought comes along, Rich, you're not that great of a speaker, you're not better. Boop! Man, that's strong, that's good on. Get it out of there. I mean, as far as you possibly can. Use your imagination. See yourself smacking it out. Because it cannot affect you unless you let that seed plant. I used to work in lawn care, and they said, how do you kill weeds before they start? Before the weeds are planted into the soil, don't wait after it rains, the sunlight's cultivated, now you have a yard full of weeds. Kill it before it starts. They say pull the weeds by the roots before they start. So that's number 2. Smack it with your racket. Everybody has a Venus and Serena Williams in us. We all do. Just smack it out of it. Get it out of your life. Because it's not worth it. It's not you. Because if you talk to your heart will tell you you're amazing. You're an incredible person. It's this one that wants to be this true. Number 3, like Pancatch said, write your goals down and date them. I have a goal sheet that I put in my office that I read every morning before I leave to go to work. Why? It gets me purposeful. Let's all say purposeful. Purposeful means to me that you have a goal and you're laser focused. That's all you see. So when I read these goals, it makes me purposeful. Why am I getting up in the morning? Why am I going to a job that I kind of like? It's okay. But why am I doing it? Because I have a goal to achieve. They say work to learn, don't work for learn. That was the biggest takeaway I've ever heard in my life from Robert Kiyosaki. Learn, work to learn. Because as you learn, you get to become a better person. You get better skills that you can bring to any marketplace. It doesn't have to be a gym. But Ron's training helps him be a better leader, makes him a better speaker. So he trains to learn. He doesn't train. So that's number 3. Write down those goals. See them with your mind's eye that I can achieve this. And I'm going to achieve it. Nobody's going to stop me. Like, you gotta get your Aretha Franklin on. Just like, give me some little respect up in here. Up in here. You gotta say, I walk with that faith, that purpose. Walk with strut. Don't walk anymore. When you walk, strut out of here, please. That's my other suggestion. Strut. It's number 4. This one is the toughest. You kind of have to weed yourself away from it. Talk to your spouse, it could be your brother, it could be your sister. My sister, I love her to death, but sometimes she's not the most positive person in the world. And when I was trying to develop myself, I lived with her for a year. I call it my sabbatical because she was always in Claremont. None of my friends visited me, but it was a good thing because I learned some stuff about myself that I didn't know. And she's going through a liver disease, so sometimes she wakes up a little cranky, let's say. And I remember one time I'm coming down the stairs. I'm feeling upbeat. I'm listening to some Les Brown tapes. I'm like, woo, today's a good day. I see her on the couch and she's kind of soaking me. And I was like, I can't let that negative energy affect my bubble. So I walked right around her, poured my cereal, and went right back upstairs. Later, she saw me that day, said, you saw me on the couch, you didn't want to say hi or ask me what was wrong? I told her no. Because in here, you're great, you're amazing, you're incredible. You have to stop listening to this. And if you are going to listen to it, feed yourself the right information, which is number 5. Number 5 is feed your mind the right information. I'm going to harp on this until I die. Feed your mind the right information. Whatever this can believe, and they're talking together, like, hey, you're amazing. Yeah, I think I'm amazing too. Amazing things happen. When your heart agrees with your mind, cultivate your mind by listening to the right people. I listen to Ron Better every morning. I'm joking. But I do read his positive posts. I try to listen to nothing but positive. If somebody's posting something on my Facebook that's a little negative, you may get blocked. Because I don't want to hear my life. I only want to hear the fruits, the real fruits. Not, I know you said brown bananas, but sometimes if they're black bananas, you can't eat it. You can't eat the black bananas. So sometimes you want a nice
banana bread.
You can make banana bread, but you can't eat it directly. So that's the thing. Cultivate your mind the right. I listen to something positive every morning. Try this. For that 30 days, listen to something positive every single morning. But I'm going to make her my wife. And when I see her some days, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, wow, I never would have thought I could get something. It bugs me unconditionally. But when I went to myself, I still read books still. Every day. When I'm leaving here, I have an audiobook and press on listen. I feel like it changes. There's a quote from the author, but William James, who said, the greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes. Whoa. Write that down. Write that stuff down. Send them a recording. That's powerful. But you can change your whole entire experience, everything, by just changing you. I didn't believe it at first. I thought these guys were wrong. So I tried. I just tried 30 days. This is how I started. I tried 30 days. And then I started feeling better. People just start, hey, Rich, I don't know why, but I just want to come over here and talk to you. You have a vibration. Let everybody say vibration.
Vibration.
Everything you think creates a vibration in your body. I could go a long time with it, so I won't go too deep. But you have chakras in your body that your mind makes. And when these chakras are aligned, people just start calling me. I have people call me I've never met in my life that says, I saw one of your posts. It was beautiful. It changed me. I don't even know who you are. Alexa, I met him 3 weeks ago at an event like this. Now I said, man, something you said really impacted me. I'm going to come to your next thing. You don't know who you're affecting, and you just bring this energy out. There's a story I like to quote called The Monk and the Samurai. Has anybody heard the Monk and the Samurai? No? Yay! I love being the first to tell this story. I love this story. It's about the mind lives in your head. Heaven lives in your mind. I truly believe that you can create a heaven, utopia, truly in yourself, in your life will reflect. Physical appearances matter. Everything you ever want, you can have. There was a samurai that wanted all the knowledge in the world, just for his ego's sake. And there was a temple, was housed a monk that had all this great knowledge. So the samurai walked in with great ego and bravado and walked up to the monk and said, Monk, teach me about heaven and hell. The monk thought for a moment. He said, how can I teach you anything? Look at you, you're a brute, a thug. How can I teach anyone so stupid anything about wisdom? Obviously, the samurai was enraged. He whipped out his sword and said, I'll smite you down now. How dare you talk to me that way? The monk stepped back for a moment and said, now that is heaven. Realizing that the monk was teaching him, the samurai broke down to his knees and grabbed his legs and started to weep and said, thank you for teaching the brute like me. The monk said, no. That in an instant, his whole life changed. Most people think, hey, when your mind changes, that's it. That's just one factor. No, it changes your trajectory. Imagine if the samurai did smite down the monk. Now he's an enemy of the state. Now he's on the run. And during those times when they disrespected the city or the town or the family or the culture, they committed suicide. Whoa. But if he listened to the monk and said, yes, if he humbled himself, I said, yes, I want to share this great knowledge that you gave me to the people, he could become an emperor. People need this knowledge. They love to hear it because it's their soul food. Please say soul food. Soul food. Not that Big Mama stuff. No, that would be diabetes. That's wrong. But soul. Feed your soul. When you feed your mind, you feed your soul. And your heart will talk. Next time you're faced with a harsh decision, your heart will say, do this. But I'm scared to do it, heart. It's just tough. I don't know if I'll be able to get that job. But what if they don't hire me? What if she doesn't like me? What if I propose and she says no? So when you have that mindset, you stop yourself from fear. You stop yourself from anxiety. You stop yourself from hurting other people. So when you love yourself, you never want to hurt. I really want to appreciate everyone for coming out today. I honestly do. You didn't have to, but you did. And like the great Jay-Z said, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And I appreciate it. You can, it's true. I love that line. We want to thank you from the bottom of our heart for showing up today, because this is it's not just the mission that I like to hear myself talk, even though I do. I can talk your ear off all day. But I want to give you value. That's why I started with the 5 steps. I want to give you the value. I want you to take it home and say, am I doing these type of things in my life? Can my life improve? I was watching a movie called The Founder with Roy Croft. And in the movie, I love it, he's listening to this audio called from Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Thinking. And within a year and a half, he becomes the founder of McDonald's Corporation. And with 5 years, he becomes the biggest conglomerate in all of the United States history. And he started at 54 years old. There's never a time not to start. All he did was kept positive, kept positive. The guys at McDonald's Corporation said, no, we don't want to expand. We don't want a franchise. He came back every day. Hey, you sure you guys don't want it? It's that mindset. He said, hey, what are you doing back here? No, I'm just hanging out. Want a franchise now? No, get out of here. Come back the next day. Hey guys, how about those franchises? Oh my God, you know what? Fine, let's do it. It's that resolve. It's to say nothing in the world will stop you. Imagine if you never had a McDonald's burger. That would be terrible. The fries? Nothing. The milkshakes? Come on. It wouldn't exist unless this man said, I'm going forward. You have to tell me 100 no. I want to hear 100 no. If we took everything like that, our physical appearance, our health, our loved ones, it's that resolve. I don't care if you don't like me right now. I'm going to get you to quit smoking. Or I don't care if you don't like me right now. I'm going to help you stop drinking. That mindset, you could help and change the world. So repeat after me one more time. Change your thoughts.
Change your thoughts.
Change your life.
Change your life.
Okay. Again, thank you guys. Thank you, Mom Deborah, for this amazing opportunity. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, John. Thank you, Pankaj. And especially thank you, Elizabeth. And thank you for this beautiful audience. Please give everyone next to you a high five for just being here.